Hey y'all, it's Key, and in my last video I showed you how to install crochet braids. Now this is not the shortest video that you are going to watch today. However, it may be the only one that you watch that shows you 6 different ways to style your hair while it's in crochet braids. So let's get started. Now in this clip, my crochet braids have been in for a couple of days, and at night I just sleep with my satin bonnet on. Now there's a lot of different types of hair that you can use to install crochet braids, but I went with Marley hair because, you know, it's kinky. It looks, you know, the most like my hair from what I could tell. So that is the type of hair that I chose, and this is the look that it gives you straight out of the pack. But I decided that I wanted to transition into a more curly style, and so that's what you're going to see me working at over the next few minutes. Now I mentioned in my last video that the styles I would show you this week would have some fails and some successes. This one doesn't go quite as well as I would have liked, I gotta be honest with you, because I didn't do what I needed to do. When you curl Marley hair on a perm rod, it needs to be dipped in steaming hot water. I don't know how to do that in the back of my head. So I had my husband hold this thing behind me and I dipped my head back, but not all the way back because I was scared of the steam, and well, you'll see. I am back to let you guys know, don't skimp on the perm rods. I do not have enough perm rods to get through my head, and so I am having to doctor it up, you know, just get through. I'm using some flexi rods and some perm rods as a mixture, which was not my plan at all. So, you know, get yourself 50, 60 perm rods because you're gonna need them. So I'm finally finished curling my whole head, and I decided to let the hair air dry. Yeah, I don't know if that was a good move, because when I took the rollers out, I noticed that some of the perm rods, you know, the hair had come apart on the ends. I mean, it just didn't look as neat as I thought. And then when I removed the perm rods, look at this foolishness here. Look at this. So I thought, okay, let me re-wet, and maybe if I break them down into smaller pieces and try to recurl, maybe that'll make a difference. And, you know, I started feeling around and noticing that some of the hair, a good bit of the hair, was still damp. So I sat under my hooded dryer for 30 minutes. So I want to show you what these gray ones look like when you take them out, gray flexi rods. Really loose. I mean, really loose. So like if you want your back to hang down long, you know, go for the gray flexi rods. That was not what I was going for when I set my hair. I want it tight in the top, tight in the back, and loose in the top so I can have sort of like a bob. So next time I will know that if I'm using any kind of flexi rods in the back, they're gonna be small, like the little yellow ones or something like that, because the grays just gave me just a little bit of something, not a whole lot. So I'm all done. They're out. Now I've still got this big part here, and so to camouflage that, I'm going to use a trick that I got from Natural Metra. I'm going to take these curls, pull them apart, and pull one that way and one this way. And I'm going to do that all the way down the length of that particular braid. Split, pull, pull. So this was how my part looked after separating just 2 of those curls, and I continued to separate further so my part was better hidden. But look at the foolishness that I was left with that night, y'all. Now South Carolina is very humid, but this was ridiculous. So it was time for a change. And so what I decided to do that night was to just twist all the hair all the way down. And I realized that the twist probably wouldn't stay sealed on the ends without some help. And so this time I took a cup of steaming hot water and carefully dipped my sectioned hair down into the water to try to make the ends stay in place. and it is time for me to transition from twists in my crochet braids to just loose flowing hair. And today seems like a really good day to do that because it's a special day for me. It's my daddy's birthday, and my daddy and I are really, really close. He's just one of those good ones, ladies. He's been there anytime I've needed him. Since the day I was born, he's still there for me. And I'm in my 30s. He's just that person you can call at 2 o'clock in the morning if you need to. He's there for my children. He considers my husband his son. I mean, he is an incredible dad. When our twins were born 2 years ago, we were so overwhelmed. I mean, we were new parents and we had 2 babies at the same time, and it was just like, oh, how are we gonna survive the next day, the next week, the next year? And he came over about 2 or 3 times a week, and he still comes over once a week whenever my husband works at night. So he is a really good egg, and so he is a special guy, and I want my hair to look special for our lunch date today. So I've enjoyed wearing these crochet braids and twists for the last, I think maybe 5 days. It's been so nice to just get up and do nothing. You know, I go to bed, I put my little satin bonnet on, I wake up in the morning, I shake them out. Sometimes I pull them back into a ponytail. Sometimes I, pull them into a little bun. I go and work out and I don't have to think about my hair. I mean, it has been so nice. And I will definitely be doing crochet braids again. But it's time to move on from this particular style into something a little more fabulous. So I woke up this morning and took out the rubber bands from the ends. That was a process. I don't know why in my head I thought they would just sort of slide off. No ma'am, they don't do that. They don't. And that's why they have lasted for a week, because they don't just slide off. Because it took a little bit of effort. I tried to cut them off, but I had such a hard time getting my finger underneath each one that I just started pulling them off, like just yanking them off. It was ridiculous. And I felt comfortable doing that because this is not my hair. So if the ends pop off, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Oh, look at the texture that's coming out of these twists. That's kind of nice, right? Goodness, look at this. It's sort of like dreads, you know? I mean, they feel really locked to me. Isn't that cute? I think it looks so natural too. I mean, I probably could have brought them up forward a little bit more to be even more natural. But hey, I like it. Yeah, this is a win. Absolutely. So I wanted to drop in real quick just to show y'all my gym hair. So doggone easy, it's ridiculous. So easy. All it is a big old huge claw clip holding up the back, and the top is held with a really stretchy rubber band. And what was great about this was my hair was not going all over the place while I was doing my Zumba. Because who wants a face full of hair during Zumba? And it's time to get ready for date night. Now, it took about 3 minutes to do this date night style. I started by covering up my parts by separating the hair. And then I did a really loose flat twist going down the side of my head. And when I finished the flat twist near my ear, I just continued the twist all the way to the end and pinned the end behind my head. Okay, we got a rope here. Let's recreate it on the other side. I gotta tell you about my husband, y'all. I got a really good one. I mean, I really do. And he is a wonderful dad. I mean, I think he's an even better dad than my dad, which I didn't think anybody could be. But he is so good with our twins. You wouldn't believe it. It's amazing. So I'm excited that we're going out tonight. I want to look super cute for him. Just adding a little bit of something. I don't like long, complicated styles, you know. So I'm keeping it easy. we are going to the movies tonight because my dad is babysitting for us. He's just a show off, right? Yeah, he's awesome. So I'm so happy to get to fancy myself up a little bit for my number one guy. All right, so I've recreated that rope on the other side. And I gotta tell you, I picked the rope for two reasons. One is because I wanted to mimic the rope patterns on my dress. And also because of the accessory that I'm wearing with my hair. So once again, I'm gonna pull it around and I'm just gonna bobby pin it down. So now I've got the ropes here, I've got the ropes here, and I'm gonna add another rope. Does anybody out there try the floral headband? I love these things. I've been watching them for the last couple of months. I think they are so gorgeous, and this one has a nice rope detail. You can find these at Claire's, Icing, you know, whatever accessory place you frequent. Look at that little daintiness that adds. Oh! I love it. I love it. Now, before we head off to the movies, I want to go ahead and give you a quick preview of my next video. It's going to be about how you can take care of your hair and your scalp while you are rocking those crochet braids. So I hope you can watch that one. And thanks so much for watching this one, y'all. Bye.